about me?
Have I been dreaming about you?
Yeah.
There's like 100 messages. Somebody wants to interview me.
This is strange. Maybe you should take a minute and think before you do anything drastic.
Why me? I don't know. I'm special, I guess.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2023 dark comedy horror Dream Scenario. The film is written and directed by Christopher Borgli and it stars Nicolas Cage. Right, okay, the film focuses on Nicolas Cage's character, Paul Matthews, who is married with 2 children. He is a college professor, and he leads an unextraordinary life. Some would say dull. However, there is a phenomenon that takes place that essentially means that people start dreaming of Paul en masse. And by that, we're talking about not just a few people in his community, this is worldwide, people that have never met him before, start having these very strange dreams where he just turns up in their dream. There is no explanation for this. It turns him into a minor celebrity initially, and he kind of seizes that opportunity to get the 15 minutes of fame. However, things eventually start taking a sinister turn as some of his dreams become far more abusive and the people experiencing them start to become toxic towards him and he starts losing his grip on reality. Right, what are my thoughts on Dream Scenario? Well, I mean, I'm not going to lie, I've been quite looking forward to this film. Anybody that knows my content knows I'm a huge fan of Nicolas Cage. I'm sorry, but his acting is just like a fine wine. He's just getting, I think, better with age. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's always been brilliant in my opinion, but I think as I've matured, I've learned to appreciate just what an incredible actor, an artist Nicolas Cage is. So I've been absolutely loving the renaissance that he's having with his career. He's had a fantastic 2 or 3 years. He's given us some incredible films. You've got Pig, you've got Mandy. It's just the list goes on and on and on with him that he's given us. In the Renfield, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Film after film after film over these last few years that have just delivered. And I think he's also had an incredible 2023. I think he's done 6 films this year. I think I've watched them all and I've enjoyed them all to varying degrees, but none of them have been bad and his performances have been outstanding in all of them. But this, in regards to performance from Nicolas Cage, in my opinion, tops the lot. Certainly of these last 2 or 3 years. Pig was right up there in what I would say is one of his best performances ever. This is... Wow, it's hard to really describe, A, this film in general, and B, how good Nicolas Cage is in the film. Ari Aster produced this. Nicolas Cage has wanted to work with Ari Aster for a while. And while he didn't direct this, he produced it. And I'm sorry, but they just hit the jackpot by getting Nicolas Cage in this film. Because the quirky, dark nature of the film just suits Nicolas Cage beautifully, who plays this character, this Paul Matthews, this, like I said, this unremarkable guy who is literally, he's just a normal guy, normal family guy, trying to live a normal life, and this remarkable thing happens to him that changes his life. Some would say for the worse from minute one, but he sees it as like his chance, like I say, to get these 15 minutes of fame, and he's going to kind of seize that opportunity. He wants to get a book published, been trying for years with no success, and this fame kind of puts him in touch with like this agency that's going to represent him, but they want him to do silly stuff like get sponsored by Sprite and all sorts of things. So his life just gets turned upside down, and then it turns very, very sinister, the film, and that's where the horror aspects come of it, because like I say, when when anybody in this film starts describing their dream that Nicolas Cage's character turns up in, it actually visualizes that dream. And early on, you know, they're quite innocent, but some of them are, you know, a bit odd and a bit weird, as dreams tend to be. And then later on in the film, when everybody dreams en masse that he is abusing them or raping them or killing them or whatever, we get visualizations of that as well, and that is far more disturbing and far more sinister. And it really does take a very dark turn, this film. Now, it's described as a dark comedy horror, and it is to some degree, but it's not. It's very, very subtle in its comedy, and you really have to observe Nicolas Cage's performance here to really get the angle that is coming at in regards to the comedy here. It's remarkable to see Nicolas Cage's range. You know, you can watch one film with him and he's doing that over-the-top Nicolas Cage caricature of himself, you know, the manic performance. And then you'll watch films like Pig and this, where the performance is much more reserved and subtle, but pitched just perfectly. The range on this man is a sight to behold. And for me, I think it's staggering. If he doesn't get recognition for this performance, I think it's one of the strongest I've seen this year, if not the strongest. But it's right up there, certainly in regards to strong performances. The film is quirky, it's funny, it's dark, it's disturbing, it's sinister, it's uncomfortable. It's one of those films where you're not actually quite sure what it's pitching or what the underlining meaning of it is. But there is one there, and it's one of those films that, if you like, film students and all this kind of stuff can pick apart and pull all the meanings out of it here and there and the subtleties. And it's a very, very clever film that really had me gripped. It was just so wonderfully told about. It still manages to stay grounded, even though the subject matter is just so fantastic, if you like. You know, everybody dreaming en masse about this one person. It's just bizarre, but it still manages to keep it very much throughout, like a character piece or a family drama or a relationship drama. And then it spikes here and there with these uncomfortable moments or these subtle spikes in horror or comedy. So I honestly thought this was superb. It's one of those films that when it's finished, you will be thinking about afterwards. I certainly was. I still am. And it's a film I'm very much looking forward to watching again, because I suspect it's one of those films that the more you watch it, the more you'll discover or uncover new meanings, new things to, you know, get you thinking about. It's just a very, very well made, nicely laid, beautifully performed film that admittedly is probably not for everybody. Some people, I suspect, you'll watch this and be like, what is going on here? They might not like the pacing, but I think if you tap into this film and you get it and you get where everybody's coming from who made this, I think you're going to find here one of the gems of 2023. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review. I will, of course, be back with plenty more reviews and content on the channel very, very soon.